Hey, what's up, y'all? All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. 11 o'clock. I'm a little late, man. I went running this morning, trying to get my routine back. You know, when you go on this truck and everything, you there's a you kind of get thrown out of your routine. And I was on that truck for 4 days, and I kind of feel like hey, what's going on, Paige? How are you? I realized that I gotta honestly, when I go out on the truck and it takes me for my routine, I realize that I'm realizing now that that's good because I get good muscle recovery. I need muscle recovery, and I'm not good at muscle recovery. What's going on, dog? Appreciate you, man. I realize that I need that recovery. All right. So I'm broadcasting off of multiple platforms. I got hurt people, and then I got on another platform. Hurt people don't respond like me. And so we're going to jump into that. Hurt people. So the perspective of hurt people is when you're hurt, you're so damaged that all you do is hurt people. And I'm going to tell you guys that when you talk about your issues and your problems out in the public, it's okay until you start offending people that didn't hurt you. So for the longest, I've been talking about the stuff that I've been going through, and I talk about what I've been through publicly to try and derail what's going on, dog, to derail the younger youth, because I'm looking out for the good guys. I'm looking out for the good guys. And what I don't want in the community you call Black is the evolution of our women is, child support over on Instagram. He showed what's going on, Sean, firstborn's up in here. And I keep a lot of his stuff and I put it on my dad's channel. But child support over on Instagram, he is the master at choking the perspective. He is a master at bringing my point. He's sending my point up to the stratosphere. Okay, all right, Paige says I emailed you. Okay, which email did you send it to? Because I got a couple, but and I'm sorry about that. I didn't get back to you. How could I? So child support posted a female twerking, and then here comes. Okay, all right, Paige, League of Dads Universe. Okay, so child support posted a female of color twerking, and then she walks out of the camera, and here comes like a 10-month-old girl, put her hands on the floor and put her booty up in the air, got the diaper just bouncing. And that is the evolution of our women. Men have been the same since the beginning of time. We are the same. Because we're testosterone and we're not estrogen, we don't get attached. Women claim that they can be us, and that's another thing. So because they want to be us, they get further away from nurturing and the warmth. People, there was a story written back in the 40s or 50s. Don't quote me on the time. I'm just trying to throw how far it's been out there. The story of Beauty and the Beast. You see the same perspective when you see Bruce Banner and Black Widow. And Bruce Banner, when he the Hulk, he be bashing stuff. And then the Black Widow take her glove off and she says, the sun is getting low, big fella. And she's almost scared and she just gently touches him. And then what happens when the Black Widow, a female, touches the Beast? He goes, oh, damn it, why'd you do that? And he turns back into Bruce Banner. That is the role of a woman. Not come back and tell you you're hurt, not come back and rebuttal everything you say. A woman is supposed to understand and know you're hurt and be that soft, gentle perspective that brings you, as Evanescence would say, back to life. That's what a woman is supposed to be. We don't get that nowadays. And because of that, a lot of good men end up getting hurt because they don't understand the protocol of today's woman. And today's woman's protocol is, I'm my own woman, F a man, and all a nigga could do, as you can see, the things that I brought to light, we should start blaming men for rape, just destroying a man. You don't see men saying stuff like this. So I need y'all to follow me. Because hurt people, as opposed to hurt people know. And see, what I've never known is I've never known a hurt person to let a person inside. Hurt people normally keep everything inside. You never know what they're thinking, and then they hurt people. I've never known a hurt person like me that actually tell y'all I was hurt, that tells y'all was going and currently going through therapy. So let me do my dance. So let me help you understand. And I want to just tell you guys that I posted 2 videos on Red Pill Fab. I posted Communication is the evolution of a relationship. And when that no longer exists, just understand that. Red Pill Fab, for individuals that are over here, the link below the video for Facts at 100% to come over here, and then the reboot for Red Pill Fab 2.0 is under the video. So I did the video this morning. Evolution, communication is not the key. It's not the key. All right, you've been lied to and said communication is key to a relationship. No, it's not. No, it's not. Communication is the evolution. Means when y'all can't communicate, you're not going to grow. Evolution, evolve. Okay. So hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. But then I said, hurt people don't respond like me. So let me talk about me. People, I'm a nerd. I tell people this, and I often get, no, you ain't no nerd. Yeah, I am. Because I don't do anything in the social climate. All of my ways of loving is old school. I said this over on Red Pill Fab 2.0. Old-fashioned guy, a woman with new love will never work. Once again, individuals that are watching me over here, Red Pill Fab 2.0 is over here on Facts at 100%. So I told people that I'm hurt. And you're not supposed to respond as a black person. I'm supposed to respond like, fuck that shit. All women are bitches. Fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. I don't fuck with bitches. I'm gonna give you a white woman. You ain't never heard me say that. But that is conveniently extracted out of the situation when I am talked about. Because you can go down YouTube or just listen to your local and you can hear this talk all the time. That's not what I say. But once again, that's conveniently not in the equation when one talks about yours truly. So what did I do when I got hurt? And not only that, why is the reason that I'm hurt not part of the equation? After all, I wrote a book about my hurt called When Dads Cry. I really don't know how more transparent I could be. And I talked about the fact that I was hurt because my family broke up. Not because a bitch ain't give me no pussy. Appreciate that, killer. He says, peace, coach, my man. I'm not mad because the bitches don't like a nigga. Give me a second. Bitches don't like a nigga. I'm crazy. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm fucking crazy. Bitches don't like a nigga. I'm not hurt because Tia Bradley don't want to be with a nigga. All of my hurt comes from I don't have a relationship with my child. And I know where to point the blame. But funny thing is, when I talk about this, that gets extracted from the situation. You know, if I would tell a Tia Bradley's daughter, because women, for all the women of color out there, I'm trained. I was trained. See, this goes both ways. When I tell people I trained the Tia LaShawn Bradley, I trained her like a dog. Ain't that how I do it? Like a dog. She trained me too. And she trained me to help me understand the perspective of a woman. Logic does not exist whenever they want to talk about a man. Logic does not exist. They will date no good men. They will date men. They will have babies by the worst men on the planet and use that as an out when they break up. We'll see a nigga ain't this and a nigga ain't that. And the nigga perspective goes on and on and on. Because they did it with a man. But what Atia LaShawn Bradley trained me to understand and know the signs, and the number one signs when you're dealing with a woman is when y'all can't communicate. When dumb is the perspective, then you're dealing with one of those. Because what I'm not understanding is how no good niggas have so much harmony with their woman. Yeah, know what I mean? Nigga want to rob a bank and shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You go ahead, chill out in the car. And then when I come out that motherfucker, you put the pedal to the metal. Okay, daddy. How do them motherfuckers get, how do them dudes, how are they so in harmony with their woman? But the good guys, there isn't. So I make sure that the teachings of Atia LaShawn Bradley help me understand, because let me tell you what I wanted with Atia LaShawn Bradley. I wanted Atia LaShawn Bradley to go get help because Atia LaShawn Bradley kept beating on me, put me in a hospital. The fact that we had a beautiful family, the fact that we had a beautiful home meant nothing, which is an eye-opener. That gets lost when individuals say I'm hurt. That gets lost. You know, I'm hurt because what? I wanted a bitch to rob the bank with me, know what I mean? And the bitch said no, you feel me? And ran off with my nigga, you feel me? You know what I mean? No. That get lost. It's amazing. But when the story is told by men, it's a totally different perspective when the story is told by women. Hence the term my mom. And when a person has ample proof, you would think that a woman would say, damn, how does a man pay his mom bills and then his mama turn around and fuck him over and talk to him like a piece of shit? Well, I showed y'all a perspective of that with Miss Alexis Stewart. Miss Alexis Stewart said, Chris, I want to thank you for saving my brother's life. Because she sided with the brother. Thank God for that beautiful woman. I probably would marry that woman on the spot if I've ever seen her. Thank God for women like that. They said, my brother, thank you for saving my brother's life. He wanted to kill himself. But a friend in the Navy came across your videos and forwarded to him. And he's been all right ever since. Thank you for saving my brother's life. You see, when you watch the movie Lethal Weapon, there's the signs of breaking men, even when that movie was done back in 86 or 87. There's signs of where they wanted men to be even then. And there's the part of the movie is when Mel Gibson is first introduced to Danny Glover, and he's sitting in his office and he's like, yeah, I was crying last night. And Danny Glover said, he got up and said, sounds like an 80s man. You didn't never catch that, did you? Yeah, you would when you lived in the world. You lived when you tried so hard to be a family man and break the monotony and break the perspective of black men are nothing but this, and the black family is a piece of crap. You fought so hard to break that, only to deal with stupidity from a woman and realize that that's a normal thing, actually, because they have a childish mentality. Because like the great Dave Ramsey says, adults do what's right, children do what feels good. And I can't help to relate that to when Atia Bradley was destroying our family. That just felt good to her. And you see it now in women. There is no, and I mean no type of constructive perspective when moving forward. When you're talking to them, what get lost is you're now talking to a 5-year-old. They don't understand. They don't listen. But when they get mad, they dead on. They know how to respond to everything. But if you sit down there and say, we need to talk, you will not move forward with them. That's what I was shown. That's what I was shown. But when a man says, I'm going to break the stereotype of black men, and did, I broke the stereotype. It just wasn't wanted. But you can't meet a woman of color that says, I want to break the stereotype of black women. So hurt people, but hurt people don't respond like me. So let me tell you who I learned from. I learned from white people. I learned from white people. I learned from white people when I was helping Atia LaShawn Bradley raise her daughter. I didn't want our child to be like the average black little girl. My daddy, I don't know my daddy. My brother's daddy come and pick him up, but my dad, nope. I wanted our daughter to be special, or her daughter, excuse me, her daughter. I wanted her daughter to be special. So I don't know, call me a dummy. I started a business with Atia Bradley's daughter called Just Us Kids. And Atia Bradley got mad at that. When Atia Bradley's daughter used to work for me, at 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, I started telling Atia LaShawn Bradley's daughter, start helping your mother pay rent. But Atia LaShawn Bradley cursed her daughter out and said, you don't know what the fuck is going on here. Don't be fucking trying to give me no money. See, the way Atia LaShawn Bradley, a black woman, the way she put it in the perspective of, you're trying to give me money and that's going to offset my child support. Hurt people, but hurt people don't respond like me. So I didn't want women, I didn't want her daughter, excuse me. I didn't want her daughter to be like the typical little black girl. I don't know who my daddy is. So tell me, do you know who your daddy is? Was there a discrepancy in who your mother opened up, cocked her fucking legs open for and took that nut? Is there a discrepancy? Because you know what? Atia LaShawn Bradley didn't do that. And then my mom said, I'm not going to be like my mom. What's going on, Insatiable? Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Man, stop fucking with me. Stop being a fucking with me here. My mom said, my brother's father would come and get him, and my sisters. And then my mom said, I don't want to be like my mom. I want to take all my nuts. I'm laughing at something else. My mom said, when I put my ass up in the air, I'm going to look back and Todd is going to be the only man I'm taking a nut from. But then turned on me with her perspective of now defending the piece of shit that women of color could be. And then said, oh no, son, you don't talk about us. We are a unit. Good, bad, we all the same. Appreciate that, Insatiable. Because let me be clear. I can call James Lewis and be like, yo, booty out niggas ain't shit. Fuck them. When I look at them, them motherfuckers better hold the dope. Them motherfuckers better say, and James can have a phone on speaker and all the guys around him and be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because we don't hang with them. See, black men, we don't mix up class. That's the problem with women of color. They're on this all for one and one for all shit. This woman got a prominent company, worked for a Fortune 500 company, hanging out with a piece of trash. See, I said this woman, Fortune 500 company. See, I said this woman. Then I said, notice I said, and then hanging out with a piece of trash. A woman with 10 kids by 9 different niggas. Piece of trash. You see how I can distinguish the difference? But women don't get that. How convenient. Like I said, stupidity is invoked. It's part of a defense mechanism. I don't believe that, because what you're not going to tell me is a woman will just go put her hand in the fire and say, oh, I didn't know. No, they will only be this way because I did this in my video, what women showed me. They will only be the dumbest fucking creatures on this planet when it comes to a man. You can accept it if you want to. I have decided, can't do that anymore. I will speak on it once, and my attitude is going to change from that point on. But hurt people. So the individuals that influence me, because like I said, I got off topic. I do apologize. I said, and I heard what I said because I was sitting here when I said it. What I said was white people influenced me. Candy Lightner. Let's talk about Candy Lightner. Candy Lightner started the organization MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. She started this organization and went on a crusade. Drunk drivers don't call her up. They don't call her up fucking with her about nothing. Appreciate those thumbs up. And then there's John Walsh. You know him more than you know Candy Lightner. He started America's Most Wanted, The Hunt, and a host of other capture criminal shows. As a matter of fact, America's Most Wanted now is in a reboot. And there's a woman, because everything is going to women. A reboot. And his son's death is not in vain. Candy Lightner's child death is not in vain. The relationship with my daughter and I are not in vain. See, when you sit down there and you want to play the victim and play like you are a hurt bitch and don't want to tell the world about your problem, because the world, there's little boys out there that can benefit from your problems. There's little girls out there that needs to know and can benefit from your problem. And you sit down there and you hold all that shit in and you don't go to therapy. You're the hurt one. Not me. Not the kid. I'm tired, son. I'm a beast. I'm a fucking animal. This is why I go to the gym. And let me tell you something at 52 years old, going to be 53 this year. Let me tell you the coolest thing in the world. This is some cool shit. When I was a kid, when you were in your 30s, we called you an old dude. We called you an old dude. I'm 20 years past that. I'm in my 50s. And I was coming out of the door of 7-Eleven, and a dude hold the door open for me. He said, "What's going on, big man?" Dude was about 23, 24 years old. I said, "My man." I didn't call old motherfuckers big man when I was in my 20s. I didn't call an old motherfucker big man. I didn't call him that. Oh, I'm getting off topic. So my hurt is documented. It's public. I'm transparent. I have no problem with telling the world I've been hurt. I have no problem with telling the world I wanted to kill myself twice. But what happens is people mock your pain and make you hurt, and mock your pain and mock your hurt when they come up with different perspectives about you and tell people things that you've already told and already explained. I call it the Colin Kaepernick perspective. Colin Kaepernick told everybody the reason why he was kneeling. But once it got out into the world further and further away, his perspective got lost. What you hear when you hear me talking, dummies, is you hear me constantly renewing the perspective and the reason why I speak the way I speak, so it don't get lost. Because I know how the world could be. And they would think that you get, man, I'm tired of telling people what the fuck is going on. No, I'm fresh in this today. It happened yesterday. But what's not yesterday is how the hurt feels. I now take the hurt and I use it for fuel. When you tell me you hurt, when you tell me you don't understand, I shove the shit down your fucking throat. Yum, yum, nigga. Facts at 100%. But when I speak about these things, I'm dubbed the hated one. Here's the problem with that perspective. I have no problem with this. I was hated when I was in the military. I was hated when I'm in the union rep. When I was the union rep, I was hated. Like as my man Calvin the Great says, I've been called worse by better people. I have been called worse by better people. So I wasn't supposed to respond the way I did. And I'm going to be honest with you. Excuse me a second. Same place, same time. People, do you know why there's complaint boards, the Federal Trade Commission, all these Better Business Bureau? Do you know why all those organizations exist? Do you know why they exist? Those organizations exist for people that was wronged. And it give the people that was wronged a voice. The news thing got 10 on your side and 10 on your side. We're out here today where Mrs. Wilson paid $1,300 for a fence, and as you can see, her fence is not done. We caught up with the contractors and we asked them, why hasn't her fence been done? They didn't want to talk to us. They told us to leave the premises, blah, 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 blah. So I created a platform. I thought that's what I said. So conveniently forgotten. I created a platform for fathers that been through it. And then what people do is they come over to my platform and they miss and twist and misinterpret my words. And then they run back and say, well, he's this and he's that. All I ask is that when you do anything about me, put the link to my shit under the video so people can come on over here and get the story from the horse's mouth. But I was going somewhere with that. Do you think Atia LaShawn Bradley thought that I would respond the way I did? Do you think that? You see, hurt, or should I say, Atia LaShawn Bradley sat up in the cut, and when she carefully constructed her fucking nigga plan, which is the perspective in the community you guys call black, you hear more of individuals talk about no good booty out niggas and then blame us men for that perspective. Ask me how I know. Do you think when Atia LaShawn Bradley constructed her get a nigga plan, she thought that I would respond the way I did? Of course not. I learned that from the song Super Friends by the religious group Mary Mary. See, we all turn to God and get our inspiration, do we not? Well, at least I do. Some people turn to perspective of pain and hurt and lack of understanding and comprehension. I return I was thinking about creating a just a quote YouTube channel, just quotes, 10, 12, 13, 14 second long videos. That's it. Hurt people. That's it. Right? That's what they say. Won't see it on my shit. But things like just when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. Things like that. Just little quotes. Isaac Newton laws of relativity. For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. Things that's spoken from the greats. I'm going to get my hands on the Book of Enoch. I want to read that book. The Book of Enoch is the original Bible, not the crap that Christians call the Bible today. And the original Book of Enoch talks about how the pyramids was built. It was translated into the English scripture, but the Book of Enoch talks about how and where all this stuff came from. It's a beautiful life to want to constantly educate yourself. And I heard about the Book of Enoch now for about 20 years. But yesterday when I was watching Ancient Aliens, it finally hit home. So let's talk about, do you think that Atia LaShawn Bradley, do you think she figured or thought that I would respond the way that I did? Of course not. If she did, she wouldn't have did it. You see, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they treat you like crap, talk to you like crap, hit on you, kick on you, piss on you, spit on you, call you names, verbally, mentally, and physically abuse you, I assure you, they're not doing a video saying, yeah, And when he did that, I just spit on him. And when he did that, I called him a damn idiot, girl. That's what oh yeah, I'm sorry. There's women that do that. But Atia LaShawn Bradley is who we talking about more specifically. Do you think she thought that? No. She said, I'm going to treat him like this. I'm going to do him like this. And I'm going to flip the script. And I'm going to help the world understand that he's the wrong one. You know why? Because he's a black man. And like Mr. Shahrazad Ali said, since gaining the black man has been a 400-year-old tradition, this is the story that's sold and told. And people are buying it. That's why, as a black man, it's up to you. It's up to you to make sure you're understood. Because when you're not understood, that means somebody got you in a perspective of you're a black man. Because you can listen to people talk about, you can listen to women of color talk about black men or white men, and it's not the same pulse. It's up to you to convince, or not, let me back that up. It's up to you to stay firm on your story. Stop with the trying to convince. Stop that. Talk once. You don't understand? Cool. Move on. This is spoken from a 52-year-old that if you said this to me 10 years ago, I would say, keep trying to say it. Say it over again. If they don't understand, say it again and again and again and again and again. You're cacking. Stop that. I'm not doing that no more. People, I said something in a video that I did this week, what women have told me. And I said in that video, I treat everybody the same. I have been in relationships where women thought that, oh, you treat me like this. And no, I treat everybody the same. Love the same? No. But when you decide that you're going to oppose me, I treat everybody the same. Ask my mom, ask my former daughter. I had a problem this week with dispatch. I found myself sitting in North Carolina, Clinton, North Carolina, for 2 days. When I spoke to my dispatch, I had to make sure it was understood. What's going on, Dave? My man Dave says facts. I had to help my dispatch understand this is one of two things. This is either poor management or somebody's fucking with me. How do you figure? Of course, that's going to be the response. Then I said, well, you tell me, who gave me this job? I don't know. But you're my supervisor, and you're calling me, telling me that I'm supposed to call you. And you don't even know where I'm at and why I'm there. But I'm supposed to sit down there and just absorb the fucking and sit down there and say, okay, they doing me wrong. Okay. No, I help to understand. This is poor management or somebody's out to get me. So if somebody's out to get me, then that's wrong. And the other alternative is poor management. When I got off the phone with my supervisor, she sent me a text message later on and said, Chris, don't worry about it. I'm going to put your pay in. Now, here's the way it goes. This is the way this goes. I have what they call a retainer slip. This is a retainer slip. It's a little thing that they made as a retainer. It says that on trip XYZ, I was retained. On trip XYZ in Manassas, Virginia, I was retained. Why was you retained? Because I was being loaded. This is what this is. Why do I still got this, but my pay went in? Because my supervisor said, okay, I'm going to put your pay in from here. Just tell me how long. Now, that ain't how it ever happened in the 3 months that I've been there. I had to you go and take that slip and put it in a little box, and then she collects them on Wednesday when pay goes in on Wednesday. So why do I still have that slip? Why is it in the house with me as opposed to back at the office inside the little box? Because it was put in. That's why I still have it. Because after I told my supervisor, this is either poor management or somebody fucking with me. How you figure? So let me tell you, and just let me tell you. And it was like, damn. People, I'm gonna tell you something that my former co-host Joy Green said. She said, ratchet is a behavior that women's supposed to invoke when the threat gets past the man and is heading for the children. She said, your woman is not supposed to be ratchet. A woman is not supposed to be ratchet or non-understanding to her man. A woman is supposed to sit down there, and even if she don't understand, she said, today's women, their quest is to simply revolt. And their quest is simply to just disagree with a man for whatever reason. I agree with that 1,000,000%. So I'm talking to this supervisor, and I'm saying, well, how did I get down here? And who do I complain to? Because I'm not feeling the fucking love right now. She responded by saying, don't worry, I'm going to put all your pay in. I will say that to somebody over and 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 over, because I'm not understood. But outside relationships that I was in, she got it just like that. Oh, hold on. Just because it's motherfucker. See, that's how men react. And when you're good at what you do, it affords you the ability to say, somebody's fucking with me. Hurt people hurt people. But hurt people don't respond like me. Because I want to be clear. I was hurt because my family broke up. That's how I was hurt. And even today, I'm still not going to call Atia LaShawn Bradley a bitch. That gets lost in everybody's depiction of the hurt person. That gets lost. How convenient. I am strictly going to keep my analysis of Atia LaShawn Bradley based on her inner ability to listen and adapt to a good man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.